Hello, and welcome back to Life by Design, where I share practical tips to empower and uplift empaths, sensitives, and intuitives. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the darkness and the light. As empaths, we live on this planet. We come with very powerful purposes. We know that we're meant to do great things. We know that we're meant to do them in a less conventional way. And then at the same time, we have this awareness of the darkness, the reality of life on this planet. And, the bridge between that gap can be wide. So I recently had someone ask me about a belief that they became aware of. And it went something like anything of the light will be destroyed by the darkness, and that the light attracts the darkness, and the darkness will always pursue that light to attack and destroy it. And I know this sounds really dramatic, but I think it's something that if we really think about, we can resonate with that. And we've actually had that experience of knowing that when we bring forth the light that we have, the wisdom that we might have, that there's something trying to get in the way of us doing that. And it may show up in a person criticizing you or judging you. It may show up as a limiting belief that you become aware of within yourself, much like that person did when she came to me. And, there's always this challenge that we have to bring forth more of who we are, more of the light that we came here to share. So this belief that the light attacks the darkness, I told her, I said, this is actually quite true. So I'm not sure that this would actually be valuable for you to change, because this is the world that we live in. We live in a world with different shades of polarity, and changing that is not really something that we are meant to do. What we are meant to do is to bring forth more of the light, more of the high frequency vibration or energy, to be able to uplift the planet. And to uplift the planet, we uplift the individuals on the planet. So as each of us becomes more empowered, more of who we are, bringing forth more of our light, the more we can share that light with others, right? It's that whole metaphor of, as you light your own candle, you can also light the candle of others. And of course, on the flip side of that, and speaking into the question that this person had, is to know that if you are a single candle lit in a dark room, obviously, the gaze goes straight to you, right? You attract the attention of the dark and the light. So that's just a scientific fact, right? But spiritually, energetically, the message that I want to share with you today is that the darkness is never more powerful than the light. And because of this, the darkness will always seek to perpetuate the illusion that it is more powerful. So whether it's coming through nightmares, whether it's coming through different entities or spirits that you become aware of, whether it comes from conflict in your relationships, or even a limiting belief or lower frequency emotion within yourself, those are all manifestations of what we can identify as darkness. So it can come from within, and it can come from things outside. What I can tell you from experience is that there is a battle between light and dark going on. And when you carry a lot of light, right, when you're born with that light, you bring it into this life, it's almost like you're a threat, right? You stand out. And some of us, many of us, from our very earliest years have had negative experiences around expressing our light, being who we are, being full out, and being criticized or judged or misunderstood. And so part of that programming that we have plays into that darkness, right? So it is our job to be able to sift through the history, the circumstances, and really get to the heart of who we are. right? Bringing forth more of who we are, being who we are. And there's actually much more protection, right? Much more possibility and much more power in bringing forth the real you, in bringing forth more of your light. And it may seem counterintuitive, right? Because again, when you shine that light, there you are. You're not hiding, right? We're not hiding in the darkness. So that makes us seem vulnerable. And at the same time, when you put yourself out there as who you are and you take steps, it doesn't happen all at once, but you take steps toward being more of who you are, expressing more of who you are based on what you need, what you want, what you envision for your life in any area. That helps you to bring forth more of your light. And that is a protection for you. That is your power. And there's nothing more that the darkness would love than for you to not know this truth. So I want to share that with you today, because I know that the person that was speaking to me about this a few weeks ago is not the only one questioning, should I move forward? Do I have the strength? If you're like most empaths, you really have lived through a lot. And looking back, it's amazing to even know how much you endured as a younger being on this earth, whether it be a child, a baby, teenager. There is stuff that you have gone through and you're still here today. So you're in a much better place now to be able to bring forth more of who you are. You have more wisdom, you have more experience in the world. And so now the challenge is simply to bring forth what is on your heart to share, what is in your heart to create, and just do it, right? Be that light wherever you go. And any kind of darkness that tries to come in, you get to deal with that on a case-by-case basis. It doesn't stop, right? So as you bring your light forth, the darkness doesn't stop, right? It's always there. But when you know how to deal with that, you know how to manage your energy, you know how to cleanse your energy, then you're basically unstoppable, right? And then the darkness kind of goes somewhere else. So that's kind of the resolution, right? It goes somewhere else for a while and then it'll come back in some other form. Not because we call it there, but because we're still doing our thing, being amazing and, doing the things that we came here to do in this life. If you're like most empaths, you want to do what you came here to do in this life so as not to have to repeat it in another life. Now, I don't know what your spiritual beliefs are, but many of us have an awareness of past lifetimes and possible future ones. So we want to make the most of our life on this planet and make the most positive difference that we can. And the way that we do that is by being more of who we are, having the courage to do the inner work to be able to bring that light forth. I hope this has been helpful for you today. Bring forth more of your radiance and you will start to feel more confident in your ability to do that. You will realize that you are also attracting more of the light by being the light. Have an amazing week ahead, and I'd love to hear back from you if you have any feedback or any insights on what I shared today. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.